This gang leader cornered an old cartel boss on his first night inside, but what happened 3 seconds later sealed their fate forever. The blade flashed, fast, deliberate, stopping just shy of Miguel Morales' throat. For a moment, everyone stood still. Even the guards hesitated. The man holding the weapon expected fear or a struggle. Instead, the older inmate didn't react. He stayed calm, breathing slowly, completely unshaken. 3 seconds later, everything collapsed. Days earlier, Miguel stepped into Blackridge Penitentiary, looking like easy prey. Quiet and with bruised knuckles, he had no crew, no protection. Just another man walking into a system that swallowed people whole. That's exactly how Victor Crusher Hale saw him. Crusher ran D-Block like it was his. Phones, contraband, protection, everything flowed through his hands. If you didn't pay, you suffered. His reach extended beyond the prison, tied to people who ran the streets outside. So when Miguel arrived with nothing to offer, Crusher saw an opportunity. Word spread fast. The new guy would be broken on his first night. But what he didn't realize was that Miguel was El Tio, the ghost of a ruthless cartel, who controlled operations from trafficking and smuggling, and made grown men disappear without a trace. Moving against this man meant that Crusher had signed his own death warrant. When the lights went out, the setup was already in motion. Leon Briggs, Crusher's henchman, and 2 others moved in quietly, surrounding Miguel's bunk. The attack came hard and fast. Fists slammed into his ribs, boots into his back. Miguel hit the floor, blood marking the concrete as the beating continued. Then Leon stopped. Something was off. Miguel was smiling. He turned his head slowly, spat blood, and looked at them, whispering that they'd made a mistake they'd regret. By morning, that feeling started to make sense. Around 9 a.m., Crusher received a phone from a guard who didn't stick around. On the screen was a live video showing a dim warehouse, a chair, and his younger brother Daniel tied up. A masked man stood behind him, holding a blade close to his neck. No names were said, but the message was clear. This was payback. Crusher didn't understand it. Nobody inside knew who Miguel really was, but things didn't stop there. By midday, everything started collapsing. Money tied to Crusher's network froze. Deliveries vanished. Routes through other facilities were hijacked overnight, and his contacts stopped answering. It was like someone had mapped his entire network and flipped it off. Inside the yard, Miguel walked freely, untouched. By evening, Crusher approached him directly. This time, he didn't threaten, but spoke calmly. Midnight came. The phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't a video, just a photo. Daniel on the floor, alive but changed, one finger gone. A message beneath it made the deadline clear. For the first time, Crusher hesitated. Leon didn't. He pushed for action, to remove Miguel to end everything. Crusher reluctantly agreed. That same night, with help from a guard, Miguel's cell was unlocked again. Crusher stepped inside himself. Leon followed, blade ready. Miguel sat on his bunk, waiting. The weapon came up fast, stopping just short of his throat. Then, within 3 seconds, the lights snapped on. Orders rang out, and armed officers flooded the block in seconds. Leon dropped the blade. Crusher didn't move. The warden stepped in behind them, eyes fixed on Miguel. But the name he used wasn't Miguel Morales. The truth came fast. The operation had been running for 18 months. Miguel Morales didn't exist. He was Special Agent Adrian Cruz, placed inside Blackridge to draw out networks exactly like Crusher's. The name El Tio, the unseen cartel force everyone feared, had been a setup, a ghost designed to make real players react. Every threat, every frozen account, every attack had been controlled, planned, and recorded. Daniel hadn't been harmed. He was in protective custody the entire time. The warehouse, the masked man, and the missing finger were all staged by the authorities to force a response. And it worked. Every move Crusher made exposed his system, his money, his roots, his people. What looked like power had turned into evidence, now being used against his empire. As handcuffs locked around Crusher's wrists, the block erupted into chaos. One by one, his crew was dragged out, each tied to what had just been uncovered. Crusher struggled to understand when he lost control, but the truth was simple. He never had it.